Hello, everyone. In today's episode, I'm joined with Will, and Will has autism, and it's gonna be a really nice conversation today. Um, and
Hello.
and yeah, so thanks, Will, for coming on today.
More than welcome. More than welcome.
Yeah. Could you do a little introduction, Will? What would you say?
There's not a lot to know about me, much, to be honest.
Okay.
No, I work on the railways. Trackman, apprentice trackman at the moment. Into God knows what, so many different hobbies. 21, lives in Manchester. Nothing really of note.
Yeah.
I'm not that interesting.
Okay.
I'm not too interesting, but it's interesting enough.
Yeah. That's good. um.
We want interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Will, when was you diagnosed with autism?
Oh, God. I was diagnosed back in 2008 through CAMS as well. Yuck. We got me diagnosed, and I was diagnosed with what at the time they called Asperger's, but since then, various news outlets and stuff, I just say I've got I just got ASD. It's just easier to say it.
Yeah, I was diagnosed 2009, so it does, like, now we're in 2022. It seems ages away,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
it does. It
Yeah,
seems a good long time away.
yeah, yeah. And do you find now, like, because like nowadays you get maybe adults getting diagnosed, and when we was younger, that was more people our age getting diagnosed?
Yeah. It's one of those things you find out that you can get a diagnosis at any age, but it also helps that if you've been diagnosed early, because then you understand it better, I find.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah. I do wonder what it would be like if you did get diagnosed later on, though. It's interesting, and I think we're always going to wonder that, I think.
Mm.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought it's quite hard to remember sometimes, isn't it? Like, when someone asked you, like, how's the diagnosis, and like when you was younger, and
Oh,
it's pretty hard to remember sometimes.
it really is, because you're there, you're thinking, what did I do? How did they find it out? And such and such and such. And in the end, you can't even figure it out.
No, well, no, I just remember my kind of parents doing it all, and I
Yeah.
went for a couple. I went for tests. I know I went to London, Great Ormond Street Hospital.
Oh,
It might,
blimey.
and yeah, it might not be, up to Archer Hospital, but I believe I did go to London, had all these tests done, and then yeah, I was having autism, and then
Yeah.
we're here now. But
I'd rather be here now than not.
yeah, I think we all would. Um, but yeah, like, why do you kind of like 'cause I think Instagram is pretty good for the autistic community. Will, don't you think?
Oh, yeah. Well, the thing is, it gives us, well, obviously, other than Instagram, doing the old algorithm stuff of, showing other stuff before us. I know there's 12 billion plus whatever users of Instagram other than just us, but
Mm.
if we've got a voice, then let just screw the algorithm and just let us have our voice. Because if the algorithm's there to just purposely screw us over because we've not got that big of a following. I mean, I'm on what, 600 followers? It's something like that. I'm starting to get up there, but I'm nothing big.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think it matters really, does it? Like, you see other people that have maybe more followers
Oh God,
and
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, you see more
Mm,
popular people, and then
yeah,
they're averaging 1,000 plus likes, and here I am sitting at the most I've got, and one was 90. But at the end of the day, it's not. I don't do it for the whole likes and stuff. Although it's nice to have it, I
yeah.
just do it because I want to educate other people.
Yeah, I think that's the best thing about it, because like I didn't start either just to get. I didn't expect to get many in the first place, but what once you get some,
Once you get like a cult following,
yeah,
it just blows up from there.
yeah, yeah, and then you see other people have a good following, and I suppose you've got to be quite on the ball. But it's hard work sometimes, isn't it? I
Oh
like,
God, yeah,
yeah,
it's really hard work, especially when you haven't got any ideas for a post, and then you've got to try and work it out, and you know, sometimes you have to force yourself to post, and those are the posts that I find don't do very well.
yeah, yeah. Like so sometimes, like we're having a podcast as well. I kind of predict what I'm gonna do the next week, so I kind of have it all planned. But
And then it goes out the window, and it's just
yeah.
like, what's going on?
Yeah, yeah, you're at Monday of like at the start of the week, and you got this week's post planned, and then thinking, hang on a minute, got to
Yeah,
think
it
of what to go next
it
week.
all goes south from there.
Yeah, um,
Those are the weeks that, in my opinion, especially because it's been on the railways, sometimes you'll have, oh, well, I've got this in shift, and then all of a sudden they'll take you off that shift and stick you on something else. I
yeah,
mean, I can remember one weekend I was taken off a double and put on the single shift of the weekend, and I was absolutely fuming at our office, I'll be honest,
yeah,
because
uh,
I was like, yeah, I've got a double shift here, and then, oh, I'm down to one shift. What are you doing?
yeah,
I was thankful that they offered me another shift later in the week, and I was like, yeah, but I still would have been appreciated not having that double taken off me.
yeah. I can imagine how like stressful like work can be, and then like more stressful thinking that you might not have as much time to make a
Yeah,
post
yeah,
like one day, and then in your mind you think, I want to do it because I've missed out on a particular thing I wanted to do.
yeah, yeah. Or you have a great idea for a post, and then it just vanishes, gone, poof, and you're
Yeah,
like, what? Where did that idea just go? Or you get around to actually posting, and you think, what am I going to do again? And you just go from there, and it's just, it drives me daft sometimes.
yeah, yeah. I'm
But
always
I do
meaning
it
for a break.
because it's a creative outlet.
Yeah, yeah. It's nice, isn't it? And like Instagram has it's just weird sometimes. Like one post get a lot of interaction, another one won't, and then you'll think
Yeah, yeah,
um maybe it's sometimes of the day. Maybe if some people may see it from other countries
yeah,
as
yeah.
well. So yeah,
There are some days I'll try and hit all the time zones in one go. So I think the butter zone's about from midday to about 2 p.m., if that. But some
yeah,
days I won't get home till gone 3 in the afternoon, and I was like, joy. Or I won't be up till 3 in the afternoon because I've been on a night shift the night before.
yeah,
And you just think to yourself, like, how can I keep this up? But I do it. I'm not going to pack it in, because if you pack it in, then you're going to reach no one. So the lesser of two evils is carry on. Don't pack it in, because you pack it in, then that's it. Your reach is gone,
yeah,
and no one will hear your story.
yeah. It's like it's. I think the Autism thing is really nice as well, though. Like
Yeah, God, yeah.
everyone there, like is it like I've never met a person that's mean or anything like that, so they're all
Oh,
very welcoming, like as
yeah.
staff. Yeah,
It's a very it's what I would call a how do I put it? A very welcoming community.
yeah,
We almost all look out for each other, in a sense.
yeah, yeah. I think I do think it's like really nice. Like I kind of decided to, after all these years having autism, I didn't really think of doing it like publicly, like speak to different people really to have it as well. So
Yeah,
it would have been 2020 I'd started to do it and speak to other people, and yeah, it's been
yeah.
nice. It's
I was gonna say, over lockdown, that's when I really I started to interact a bit more, and I started my profile. This particular one, I had my main profile for about, God, I've had my main for about 5 years now, 5 6 years,
yeah,
no longer. I started it in 2014, I think, just as a random posting profile, and it's just gone from there because it's railways and what have you. And
yeah, yeah,
I've gotten about 600 crowd following me on that, and it's just like, I didn't expect that. And then I started other profiles, and they've not done so well. And then I started this one in my advocacy profile started in April of 2021, And it was just a case of, well, I'll just do this because I want to hear my story, but also I don't want to clog my transport profile up with it. I don't want to clog that up because the audience on that is very different based. It's a very different audience, I
Yeah.
find.
Yeah, I agree, because I had my personal one. I still do, but I just don't use it as much as my advocating one. Like I'm always on that, like, because you can switch, can't you? And
Yeah.
and
My
yeah,
personal is used mainly as a photo dump.
yeah,
I
yeah,
just anything that doesn't quite fit in with everything else, I just dump on there.
yeah.
So it is.
I'm saying.
But at the same time, you don't see duff shots on there, if you know what I mean.
No.
There'll always be something interesting on there. As best as I can make it, anyways.
Yeah, yeah. Like I created my personal one. I think it was in 2017, and then a few years,
Yeah.
3 years later, I create like the advocating one, and then
Yep.
I also created a Doctor Who one because I like Doctor Who, and I will
I was
just
going
do
to
that
say I've noticed the
separately.
TARDIS in the
Yeah,
background.
yeah. So I basically created a page just directly about that because people,
Yeah, well, that's your
yeah,
special interest. You're
yeah,
more
yeah,
than happy to.
yeah, yeah, because I thought me putting it
It's a
on
creative
my
outlet, and
personal one,
that's what you want.
yeah, yeah, I thought if I put it on my personal one, it wouldn't kind of fit, and my
Yeah, it will just clog it up.
yeah, yeah, so I just created, um, yeah, just a thing about Doctor Who, so anyone who likes Doctor Who can just follow it and stuff. So
See
yeah,
what's what.
yeah, so yeah, but yeah, it
Actually,
all kind of,
speaking of Doctor Who, and everyone says that their favorite Doctor is the 10th, David Tennant. I'm inclined to disagree, and I'll tell you for why. My favorite was actually the 9th Doctor, Christopher Eccleston.
yeah,
Not least because he was from Manchester, but also because I find him more relatable. You can just see the traits that we portray in him,
yeah,
and it's like he's got the northern grit, the northern humour, and above all else, he's funny. But when it comes to like the Daleks trying to bargain with him, it's like that ain't happening, boyo.
yeah,
He won't take it, and that just shows you what most people are like. Because if someone wants me to do something last minute, then damn, you've got to make it worth your while. Or I'm just going to say no. If
yeah,
you're going to ruin my day and ruin my plans because you want something done, then make it worth my while. Otherwise, you're going to get a no. It's simple as.
yeah,
And then you almost think they're looking at you as like the Daleks are looking at you. They look at you as if a Vogon is like, what do you mean no? And I mean no. They, various. I'm not going to recite the whole scene, but
hmm.
you can get the idea of what I'm on about.
Yeah, yeah. I know what you mean. Like I loved the Ninth Doctor. Like I think it was really good, and like he just says it, like you say, he says things to the point what people were thinking. Um, when
He
yeah,
doesn't do all the flowery rubbish. He just
I know.
straight to the point, bang.
Yeah. The thing I like about him compared to the other ones like David Tennant, Matt Smith, um,
David Tennant's
uh,
funny. I will
yeah,
attest to that.
he is. Yeah. But
Especially
yeah.
with the I think the Family of Blood. He's like, oh dear, various things in the spaceship. I got one piece of advice: run. And I love that scene.
Yeah.
It's like, one tip: run, and then they all just clear off. It's like, yep.
Yeah, they did do some good stories with the 10th Doctor.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah, like
And then it
yeah,
seemed to go off the boil after that. The worst thing, I think Christopher Eccleston was the victim of some bad writing. I think that's what it was, bad writing.
yeah, yeah.
Because
He had some good storylines, but
I've
not
watched
as
I've watched
good.
some of the Jodie Whittaker stuff, and flipping heck, they seem to come back to the boil again. And it's fun having a female doctor for once.
Yeah,
And I know that varies in the various lore and what have you, that the doctor can only regenerate. Is it 12 times?
I think it was like when
12 times.
yeah,
But it doesn't matter
I know.
because
Go on forever, it could.
if the fandom wants more, then just give them more.
Yeah,
That's the main thing we want. If you want more, give them more.
yeah. I'm yeah, like with the 13th Doctor, I do like her, but it's just with the some there's not much running. Like I think we all like the running, and then there's not
Yeah.
much running as that we're used to seeing.
It's not as action packed.
No,
Excuse me.
it's more political. I think some of the storylines.
Yeah.
But yeah, like with the Ninth Doctor, I like it when the Doctor's not in love with anyone, because the Doctor doesn't do that, and like
Doctor is not
yeah,
really for making relationships. He's more about saving the planet from
yeah,
some alien race, or the Daleks, or the Vogons, for instance. I know
yeah,
the Vogons is crossing fandoms, but you know, it might as well. They might as well be part of Doctor Who. Who knows?
yeah, yeah. And then you got it was. I think everyone was a bit shocked when it was the 13th Doctor was announced as the first female, but it's good on it's good.
Yeah.
Like, so something did a change, and I think
It needed
yeah.
a refresh, and I think Jodie Whittaker gave that refresh.
Yeah, yeah, and she's worked with, I think they all get on anyway. Like the first Doctor's, I think Christopher Eccleston actually did an interview recently, and he said his favourite was the 13th Doctor, like his personal favourite. So
Oh God,
I
yeah.
can understand that.
Christopher Eccleston is one of those people in the world that I would love to meet.
Yeah, yeah. I've seen a couple of things other than Doctor Who. Like he was in something called The A Word, and that's also a based series, which is on the BBC.
Wait, he was in the A Word.
Yeah,
Flipping heck.
yeah. He was the granddad.
Because I've watched that. That was good. That.
Yeah, and
I just didn't recognise that it was him.
no, I think he was a bit older. That's why.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's a bit older and a bit bolder now.
Yeah, and like in that interview I was saying about, they actually asked him would he come back because of the 6 years going to come next year. And he said he wouldn't want to do it with any other Doctor. He wants to do it on his own, which I can understand. Like you don't want to. Multi-Doctor story. I understand why they do the multi-Doctor story, but what I'd love to see is if each Doctor maybe who wanted to come back could have their own storyline and their own companions back, so it's not all together.
Yeah. So, for instance, Christopher Eccleston and Rose Taylor.
Yeah.
Who played by I can't remember her name, but
Billy Piper, right?
Yeah. Sounds about right.
But
I'm sure it'll be corrected on YouTube.
Donna will be better. Even though I haven't seen each other, that it would just be so funny seeing the Donna and the Ninth Doctor because they're so argumentative, the pair of them.
that would just be an episode of arguments. No, I said you do this. No, you do that. And so on it goes. One thing we haven't had yet, I don't think, is a Welsh Doctor. That would be funny.
Yeah. They're normally we've had the Scottish, we've had
the Scottish with David Tennant.
Yeah.
We've had English with the majority of them.
Probably Scottish as well, actually. I think I don't know if Jodie Whittaker's a Northerner as well. I'm not sure.
I think she's a Northerner. Yeah.
So you got the Ninth Doctor.
I'm pretty sure she is.
I'll say the Ninth Doctor's a Northerner.
Oh yeah, no, he's from Manchester. Where is? Let me have a look.
I'm not sure.
Christopher Eccleston.
Yeah, because I only say that because of one episode he said
first result on Salford, of course. He's from Salford.
Oh, Salford.
Yeah.
But not too
sure. No wonder he's so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Billy Piper. It was Billy Piper that was Rose.
Yeah, it was.
Never knew he was a 2-time BAFTA nominee, but good on him. He deserves it.
Yeah. Even though he did that one series, but which some people do complain about, he only did one series, but that was probably because of the writing.
If he didn't like it, he didn't like it, and that's where he went.
Yeah.
I think, even so, I think we've explored this rabbit hole a bit, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We need to. I think we've got. Is it more? I don't even know what we talk about on podcasts. Anyways, I've never done one.
They do 3 seasons now, isn't it? Like from David Tennant, it was 3 seasons, and now Joe Whittaker has done a last series, so it's kind of it's kind of pattern, and then you kind of think, when is that going to ever end with the 3 seasons? Yeah,
Will the franchise ever end, or will it continue on?
yeah, yeah. I think it should. Like, I know, like,
Oh,
things
I
have
think
to
it
end.
should as well. It's
Yeah,
hugely successful,
yes, one of the
and
longest thing.
there's so many different things you can do with the series. I'll tell you something that scared the living daylights out of me was the transformation to the empty child.
Oh,
With the gas mask.
yeah, yeah,
Flipping heck. That was scary as nightmares for weeks. Mad, absolutely mad.
yeah. That was pretty scary, because, like, at that time I was about 5, kind of. I would say. I was quite young when I was watching
Yeah, I can't have
Ninth
been much
Doctor.
older.
Yeah,
I can't have been much younger or older.
5 or 6. And
Well, I
then
say I'm 21 now, so and it still
yeah,
gives me the creeps.
yeah. But nowadays they're not as scary, are they? Like the monsters
No,
and
because you understand that it's
yeah,
fiction, but back then
yeah,
when you're knee-high to a grasshopper, you
yeah,
think,
yeah,
good gracious. I'm trying to moderate my language here
yeah.
because
Mm.
I'll say now, Trackmen aren't known for, us Trackmen aren't known for our good manners. We're more known for swearing at things and being rather vocal when we see something we don't like,
Yeah, yeah,
and also want to go home once we're done.
yeah, yeah.
Anyway,
um,
yeah,
yeah. You like with yeah, like, the thing is, like, with autism and hobbies, I always, like, the people who normally listen to the podcast will know that I like Doctor Who, because it's quite funny. Like, I'll speak to someone like has autism as well, and will automatically find Doctor Who, because and then I find out
ding.
the guest likes Doctor Who, and then here we go, Will.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I can't keep it a secret anymore. I guess I'm a secret Whovian.
Yeah, yeah, we've had
Anyway,
some
it is what
great
it is, though.
conversations.
It's a good talking point.
Yeah, yeah, like, yeah, it's a hobby, and, like, I have, like, I do my own videos, because I sometimes, of different, just for fun. I think that was,
Yeah. Oh God,
um,
yeah. Well,
yeah,
again, it's that thing of if you're gonna have fun, then might as well have it doing something you like,
yeah,
because it's something you find out with YouTube. If you can tell a fake from a mile away. If someone doesn't like something, you can tell from a mile away. But if they enjoy it, people will go with them, and that's completely how it should be. You
yeah,
enjoy something, and people will go with you,
yeah. I completely
and they'll
agree.
follow what you do.
Yeah, and, like, a show like Doctor Who has a really big community, like the autism community. The Doctor Who community is as big as well, and, like,
Oh yeah.
you have some good people over there. Um,
Hmm.
and yeah, like, even if people don't have autism, it's a very good understanding community, where you can just rabbit on about something.
Oh, there's not wrong with rabbiting on.
No, no.
I can rabbit
Mm.
on completely. I could rabbit on for days about Fred Dibner, engineering, railways, God knows what, motorcycles as well.
Yeah. Have you always been interested in, like, the railway, Will?
Uh, now you're asking. The short answer to that one is yes. The long answer is substantially longer than that. I'll try and keep it brief. Went to the East Lancs when I was young as, saw a steam train, fell in love, been into it ever since.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's just snowballed. It really has just snowballed.
Yeah. It's good that you have a job that, like, it's something you enjoy. Because,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, the thing is, it doesn't feel like work.
yeah, yeah, like,
I mean,
mm,
the waiting around gets to you. You think, oh, bloody hell, I shouldn't have done this. Why did I pick this job? And some sites that you go to are absolutely horrible. Some of them, middle of nowhere. It's the middle of the night. It's cold, wet, and raining, and you're there just shoveling, and no one wants to do it. But the thing is, you just got to put your head down and do it, because someone's gonna. And
yeah,
if you don't, then well, the trains can't run. So and you don't get paid. It's that simple.
Yeah, you got to do your job.
Well, yeah, well, I'd rather do
Yeah.
I'd rather do my job because I enjoy it. That's all I'll say about it. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter that it's hard graft, because it is. It's bloody hard graft. But as they say, dirty hands clean money.
Yeah.
Well, even though that's debatable, the amount of corruption in the railways, jeez. But let's not sully this. Let's not ruin the magic.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I. Yeah. I'm 6'3", like football, and like
Mhm.
before the pandemic, I did my like coaching qualifications and stuff. So
Oh, nice.
I did like an FA level 1 coaching course, and it was over like weeks, and
Yeah.
go to the university and meet other people, and you had all sorts of different ages as well, and like I think the hardest part of doing all that was the first aid at the end.
Oh, I say we had to do the E4, the emergency first aid at work
Yeah.
course, and that was a day. And it doesn't mean that we're a first aider, but it's at the same time, it's like, yeah, I really don't want to have to do this to someone,
Yeah.
and I hope and pray that I never have to perform first aid on someone, because I'll tell you something, why I really do not want that to happen.
Yeah, it's something that I suppose it's kind of scary to think about, isn't it? Like if you're going to do that on someone, like if you maybe do it, don't remember all
You
the
won't do it
technique.
wrong, but if you get something wrong, you can hurt them, as it
Yeah,
were.
yeah, because it's got to be in a certain way, isn't it? If you just
You've got to do
yeah.
some things you've got to do in a certain order, and it's you get a bit anxious about it, yeah.
Yeah, I think so, and yeah, like because I actually I suffer from my joints and stuff, and like and when I did it, I had really achy legs afterwards, and
Oh,
because I'm on my knees for God knows how long, I was on my knees for. And
I remember my first shoveling shift, properly shoveling, and my back was ruined the next day, because I must have moved that night something like half a ton of ballast, which is granite, lumps of granite about 2-3 inches big and all that, and you're trying to shift that with a shovel, and sometimes your shovel just won't get a bite on the shovel, and you got to kick it, and even then it still won't go in, so you just pull it out and go back in again, and it's like you get dejected, but you've got to plug away at it, because then you get it, and it's like life. Some shovelfuls are easy, some are hard. You just got to deal with it.
yeah,
Just got to find a way.
yeah, well, we've got to find a way, haven't we?
Yeah. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, quite literally, Will.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, good one.
Yeah, but yeah, I think it's important. Like with coaching, like it's something I enjoy, and like it wasn't something maybe when I was younger I was thinking about. I think I was thinking about doing football commentating, because I can remember the league table, know the players, and it's nice. But hearing your own voice sometimes, I bet the actual commentators in real life.
Oh, I can't. Even
like
on
that.
video, I'm very, very repulsed by the sound of my own voice, and I think, like, how on earth do people people listen to me and go, why is this guy not annoying? Because I seem to think I'm the most annoying thing on earth.
Yeah, like when I do a podcast, and if I have to listen back, I will. Which are like.
But you prefer not to.
Yeah, I prefer not to. Like,
I know that feeling.
Yeah,
I know that feeling.
Like for example, I had a podcast episode released the other day, and I sent it to the person, and then she said, I'm finding it hard to listen back, because I know the feeling, because
Yeah.
although you want other people, like your friends and family, to listen to your podcast episode, you kind of don't want to do it yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're almost repulsed by the sound of your own voice. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've had that, but at the same time, I have to when I edit a video and I have got a bit of speaking in it, I just go through it because eventually you get used to it, but even then you don't get used to it, if you know what I mean.
yeah. Suppose it's different. It's different if you're hearing the other person speak, isn't it? And then, but when it gets to
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
and when it gets to you, think, oh no.
I was like, oh god.
Yeah, yeah. It's pretty. Yeah, like I think it like if I like editing or just hearing it back, um, depending how long you are speaking for, is
Yeah.
something that you don't want to do.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, but it's funny thing is I'll happily share like maybe video clips of episodes sometimes, um, and and then I'll watch it and then I think, oh, that's fine. You see me now,
Yeah.
and you can see what it's all about.
Well, that's the thing. You want to educate others about what you do,
Yeah,
which is totally fair enough.
yeah, yeah. Like, what one of your favorite things about like talking about your autism like to other people, Will?
Oh, God. I think it's just when you find something that you can relate to someone, to relate to others with. Um, I just, I'm trying to think of something that I can. There's things I can relate to with certain people on very even personal levels, and I've made a couple of friends that are more like family now, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
They just like they've adopted me like they're surrogate siblings, and
yeah,
you think, flipping heck, I never thought I'd get this close with someone, but when you finally get it to the point and you click with them and you think, good grief,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
you click with them and then they get and it's just it just spirals from there. It just goes.
Yeah, I agree, and I love it when people like I don't know about you, if they reach out to you and they want
Oh
to connect
yeah,
with
yeah.
you, it's really nice, isn't it?
Well, the thing is, I'd rather someone well, I say reach out. That's more of an Americanism, and I'm not massively fond of
Yeah, yeah,
Americanisms. But at the same time, when someone sends you a message and says, "Oh, I really like that post," which I haven't had happen yet, but at the same
yeah,
time, but in some places I have had it happen in the comments because someone such and such has said this about. You think, flipping heck, I didn't expect that to do that well. Thank you very much.
yeah, yeah. And it's quite
And it
funny,
just
you
goes from
know.
there.
Yeah, it's quite funny because I did a post about like going for a blood test at my like hospital, and then
Oh,
someone in the comments put, "Oh, I go to that hospital too," and then I thought, "Oh, it's
okay.
a small world, isn't it?"
Aye.
Yeah,
I've had
yeah,
small world moments like that.
yeah,
I I've sometimes I'll see school teachers around local town, and I go, flipping heck, it's how you doing? And you know, we'll stop and have a conversation in the middle of Tesco's or whatever, and you just think to yourself, good grief, this really is a small world.
yeah.
Or you think, I ran into Jeff Marshall at one point on the way home from training. You know
Oh,
who Jeff Marshall is from the Londonist.
yeah,
Ran into him completely at random going home from training. I was going to Warrington Bank Quay to get the train back to Manchester, and I didn't. I just went over. Are you Jeff Marshall? You know, just out of a completely out of the blue. And bearing in mind, I was dressed in full orange, high vis. You know,
yeah,
full orange PPE, have a hard hat and a bag strap. And he's like, yeah. He's like, and so we proceeded to have a couple of minutes chat. And he says, oh, do you work on a railway? I was like, yeah, I'm a apprentice trackman. And we have a laugh about I've still got a blue helmet and I should be have a white helmet by now. And
mm,
it's one of those things. We just have a good laugh about it. And in
yeah,
the end, it's a case of, you know, that guy's really nice.
yeah.
It's like all these YouTube celebrities. They're not as pretentious or big and scary as people make them out to be.
No,
It's like I met recently, in fact, last year it was. I went to the National Motorcycle Museum and I met Henry Cole. It's where I got this T-shirt from, Shen Buried.
huh?
Um, I met him at the National Motorcycle Museum along with a couple of his mates, Guy Wilson and Alan Milliard. And I'll be honest, he's one of these celebrities that recognises that if it wasn't for the following he's garnered by just being him, that he wouldn't be there. And he's honestly the most salt of the earth kind of person you'll ever meet. And he's a good laugh. And the thing is, it's that motorcyclist thing, because once someone knows you ride, then that's it. It's like a brotherhood.
Yeah.
Because then he's like, oh, what do you ride? It's like, oh, I've got a Suzuki Bergman. And that immediate, people look at you and go, what? Because it's a big twist and go scoot, and people take one look at you and go, that's rubbish.
Yeah.
And then you show them the size of the thing, and they go, whoa, that's pretty cool. And they just write it off as a ped or something, and it's not. It's nothing like a moped. It's a 400cc motorcycle, and it goes like stink. Well,
Yeah.
for 400cc, for a bike of its size, it has a surprising amount to get up and go. It's certainly a license loser.
Yeah.
But no, I haven't done anything incriminating on it, and that's genuine as well. I'm too. Because the thing is, if you make yourself look like a prat on it, you are going to look like a prat on it, because it is that big and it's got that much presence that people will see it. So it's not like a Ninja 400 or a Ninja 650 where you can zip through traffic and make a load of noise. It's a big hulking fortress. It's like having your own personal USS Enterprise, but mine's black.
Yeah.
So even cooler.
Yeah. Yeah. Bikes are fun.
Bikes are very fun, but also very bloody dangerous.
Yeah.
So you've got to have a certain amount of health and safety awareness about it. But
Definitely.
again, it's more a case of how you ride. You ride as if don't ride as if you're invincible. Ride as though you're invisible, because that will do in good stead. Because that car that hasn't seen you, you're ready for him. You're ready for him to pull out, and you can avoid accordingly, rather than slamming on the brakes, on the horn. What the bloody hell are you doing? And such and such and such. And it's just I don't get it, because people who have helmet cams, yes, very good, but some of them just go looking for trouble, and you just take one look and go, what planet are you on?
Yeah. It is very very weird, isn't it? Like people like that.
I don't understand it personally. I've never seen the attraction of going out looking for trouble with a helmet cam and starting shouting at people. There's no need for it.
Yeah.
When you get pulled out on, it's a case of have a grumble in the helmet, but carry on, just drop it. Because if you ride angry, that's when you make mistakes. And if you make mistakes, that could be your life. Gone, snuffed.
Yeah.
And the last thing I want to be is brown bread. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you've got to be very experienced. Like, say you're going out on the road, you've got to have a lot of that practice before you've actually even gone on the road, haven't you?
For your motorcycle lessons, you have the license structure for motorcycles. You do your CBT, which is your compulsory basic training. And from that, you're allowed to ride a bike up to 125cc, so 125. So stuff like your Honda Grom, your YZF 125, your YBR 125. Small single cylinder. It's so you don't so you learn on how to interact with traffic on the roads. After that, you can do your A1, or if you're above 19, you can do your A2 license. I've gone and done my A2, which involves doing your theory test, which I passed the third time. Not ashamed of that, because it's an arbitrary test, and I hate arbitration. I was like no tomorrow. You then go and do your module 1, so you go and do a course with a bike dealer. I did mine at Robinson's in Rochdale. Big up to them. You do your module 1 test, which is off-road maneuvers. You then do your module 2 test. Now which is an observed road ride, and that took me 3 goes to pass that. But the feeling of passing it on the third try was just absolutely, it was bliss, because that meant I could take the L plates off my Honda, and I could go on the motorway.
Yeah.
And the first time I did that, it was flipping scary, because you're all of a sudden unleashed into 3 lanes of traffic that's doing 70 miles an hour, and you can only do 60.
Yeah.
With the tailwind. So you're there chugging along in lane 1 with all the lorries, and occasionally you pass one, and you're doing all the aerodynamic stuff to keep as less wind off you as possible. And everyone's looking at you, what's this nutcase doing? Like, get off the road and stuff like that, as they say. But no, I love that Honda, and it's now gone to a new owner in Milton Keynes, and I've obviously swapped it for my 400 Bergman, which is a very, very nice bike.
Yeah.
The main thing is it's not because it's a scoot. It's fantastically comfortable because it's also very easy riding because you've got nothing to do with your feet. Your brakes are at your hands. You just twist and go, so you can just chill out. It's easy rider.
Yeah.
But it's not a hog or anything. It's not Harley, and I don't care because I enjoy it. It's my bike. I'll ride it however I want. Thanks, just within the law.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it, because it's good that you do that. There's something else you enjoy.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I never thought I'd ride a motorcycle. I never thought I could pass my test. I never thought I could ride a motorcycle. But here I am now. I've done it, and I've proved all the naysayers wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, and I haven't been on a bike for ages, but I know how to ride one. I wouldn't go on the road or anything. I'm not that confident, but I would go to the country park and just go.
Yeah, just blast about on a dirt bike or something.
Yeah. But
I would not mind a dirt bike. I'll be honest. I'd love a DRZ 400 or something, but they're also very desirable, and the scroats like to pinch them. So I think I'll stick to the Bergman because it's not that desirable, but I like it.
Yeah, well, as long as you like it.
Well, that's the thing. It doesn't matter what you ride, so long as you ride. That's the main saying in motorcycle circles. They don't care what you have, so long as you just ride it.
That's it.
It's like when you ride in a group, you always stick together. You never, ever split.
You don't. And I think when you're younger, you think, I want to go to the fastest I can, just so I'm beating my
There's
mates.
no point in that. You can only do 70 on the roads. Any more, and you're risking losing your license.
Yeah.
There's no point. What's it going to achieve? It's going to achieve you either losing your license or ending up in a box, neither of which are a good outcome. So just as is, just chill.
Yeah.
There's no point in going anywhere quick.
Well, when I went out the other day, it was one of those cars, like car tires, when you can really hit the rubber on
the squealing
sound.
almost.
Yeah, the squealing, yeah. And then
because they're hanging the car sideways or doing whatever.
Yeah.
Like, where's the point in that? You're just gonna burn through tires, and your tire bill's gonna go up, and your fuel bill's gonna go up, and that's already rising as is. So there's no point.
Yeah.
Plus, plod will take an interest in you, and not a good interest.
Yeah, and I think like people like that. I think they're they're all that, don't they? And then they do it to possibly show off, look around going really fast.
That's all it is. That's all it is. It's showing off. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's just to say, hey, I've got a really powerful car and I can do this. But then they'll have that one moment and say, watch this, and they'll stack it one, and you take a look and you think, ha, sucks to be you.
They go past the speed camera.
Oh no, not even that. When they stack it into a wall or something, you think, oh, poor bugger, they've got to rebuild the wall. But also, it sucks to be you. You've just stacked your car, and the car's a write-off, and the insurance premium will go skyrocketing.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It's silly people like that. It's not like they're on a go-kart, it's a race. It's not a race.
Where's the point in racing?
Yeah, that's
all it does. All it is just bragging rights. That's all it is. It's just bragging rights. Where's the point in? But even then, where's the point in bragging rights? You've just got something that you can brag about, and bragging's just not cool.
Yeah. Like now they have these electric scooters, don't they?
Oh God.
There you go.
Have you got these Get Here types riding around your area?
I've like
They're
yeah.
purple and yellow and stuff like Uber Eats types, but they deliver groceries.
Oh no, I haven't seen them.
No, because they're around my area and flipping out. They ride like lunatics. You can obviously tell that they've ridden nothing more than a bicycle, because even on these 50cc electric scooter type things, again they're like mine but lecky. And you look at them and they're taking corners and they're riding. They take corners on the inside and they're almost in the gutter. And you think, what on earth are you doing? Bearing in mind this, and I've passed my test as well, so I can say that a bit. I'm no Joey Dunlop, Barry Sheen, Valentino Rossi, whatever, Mark Marquez, but I think I ride pretty safely. And it's just in case I nearly had one of them pull out on me, and I was ready. I saw him playing his sight. I can see him getting ready to pull out on me, and he
Yeah,
just did. And I didn't even have to touch the brakes, and I've already wound off the throttle. But you just think they're going to do that to the wrong person one day, and they're going to get knocked off.
that's it.
And I I hope to God that never happens.
Yeah,
At the same time, it's going to happen, and someone's going to have to live with that, knocking them off. They won't give a damn, but
oh,
the person who knocks them off will.
that's it.
But from the doom and gloom, like, with all the doom and gloom and insurance and stuff about motorcycling, it's actually really fun. It's a bit selfish, but it's fun because they're actually a valid way of getting around. It's just not the most convenient
Yeah, it's better
or the
exercise
driest.
it's better exercise for you, isn't it, than in a car, because you're doing all the
Well,
movements.
I'd take a bicycle over a car for exercise, but for a motorcycle, just winding your way around some country lanes or going somewhere on the bike, it's fantastic. When I get the chance and when I'm not working a weekend, like I'm not working a weekend day or night shift, I will quite happily go out on the bike and I'll go somewhere. But the
Yeah,
thing is, you go somewhere and you think you never go anywhere without a specific objective, because that's how you get lost. And as soon as you get lost, that's again you make mistakes,
yeah,
and that because as soon as you don't know where you're going, that's it. What you're
yeah,
gonna do? You're
yeah.
gonna start panicking and making mistakes.
I suppose you maybe have an idea of the area, like where you're going, and then
Yeah,
you kind of
like
know.
you go and scope it out on Google Maps or something. That's what I was doing. It's better to scope it out and have an idea of where you're going before you actually go there.
Yeah,
Because the last thing you want to do is rock up and go, this isn't the area I want to be in. And then, it goes from there, as it were.
yeah, yeah. Before we go, Will, I always ask quite a lot of guests, like at the end, like if you have any advice for other people, maybe with like autism as well, or like maybe how starting to raise awareness. Like, do you have any advice?
The biggest advice I can say to people is be yourselves. Just be you. Because, like I said towards the beginning, people can tell a fake a mile off. They can tell a fake. If you fake being happy about something, you can tell it a mile away. So just be you. Don't give a damn about what the next person's saying. If you want to do something and just be you, then be you. Just have fun. We only get one shot at this thing called life, so live it. Doesn't matter if that's going out with your friends, sitting down, having a book, having a chill, reading a book, whatever. Just have fun in your own way. Sod what everyone else thinks. You're you. No one has any other bearing over you. You shouldn't care about what anyone else thinks. Stuff what they say. Stuff the naysayers. Just do it. If you want to go and ride a motorcycle, go and do it. Don't let anyone else colour your thinking. If you want to go out and take fantastic photographs, do it. Don't let anyone hold you back.
Yeah, I completely agree, Will, because actually, not caring what other people think is really good because like younger, like when I was younger, I personally did actually worry about what people think, but now I just don't. I just don't care.
I'm still pretty self-conscious, but even then, I've had days where I think, stuff it. I'm just gonna let my hair down, so to speak.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna go and have some fun.
that's the best way to be.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
Completely agree.
Yeah. Well,
I wouldn't be any other way.
me too. Me too. Well, I think we spoke about some really good stuff today. We've discovered that you're a secret Whovian. Well,
So not something I make a massive fuss about, but yeah.
yeah. No, we had some really good talk about like what you do and bikes as well, which is
Mhm.
a good hobby of yours too, and autism, of course.
It's also why my ASD account has its name.
Yeah, because you like it.
I'm a biker.
Yeah, the biker Will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks again, Will. It's been really a nice chat.
Thank you for having me. And whenever again, I'd love to probably
Definitely.
come on for another stint. But
Yeah.
as and when.
Yeah.
You're the boss.
We'll definitely do it again, Will.
Oh, we'll have to.
Yeah.
We'll have to pencil something in. We will
Yeah.
have to pencil something in.
Yeah. Of course. Well, thanks again, Will. And yeah,
No
it's been
worries.
nice.